Well, let's get right down to it. And former President John Dramani Mahama has promised to establish farmer service centers in all districts across the country should the opposition NDC secure power in 2024. He says this will provide farming inputs to local farmers and improve their livelihoods. He's been speaking with party members in Wolensi on his tour of the northern region.
Already all the predictions are showing that every year the Economics Intelligence Unit releases a report, and they have a portion they call Election Watch. And so this year's report in the Election Watch column, they predicted that NDC will win the 2024 election. And it's my hope that we're going to work hard so that when next year's report comes, it will confirm that prediction that 2024 election NDC is going to win. So let's remain united, because united we stand, divided we fall. In unity lies strength. And so if we are united as Wolensi constituency, nobody can defeat NDC in this constituency. I know most people here are farmers. Kokwa banyete. Pompo nyem fertilizer. Alaka bokwa fertilizer pie. Ala. You could even me because you could do that. NDC is coming. We're coming to establish in every district a farmer service center. If you want your fertilizer, you'll get it there. You want a tractor to plow for you, you'll get it there. You want a harrow, you'll get it there. Anything a farmer needs to work, you'll get it there. If you don't have money, it doesn't matter. They'll record it. Then when you harvest and you sell, then the debt at the farmer service center, you go and pay. That's all, and then you prepare for next year. So thank you very much. I'll leave my talk here, and may God richly bless you.
Now, residents of Buana in the Nkoranza North District of the Bono East region are appealing to the government to construct abundant roads in the area. This comes after the community, through a self-help initiative, raised funds from indigents to shape the road network, which is currently affecting general economic development in the area. And Asabit reports.
Buana is a predominantly farming community here in the Nkoranza North District of the Bono East region. Amongst the numerous challenges facing the people here is the terrible nature of the road network connecting the community to its district capital. Residents say the situation is heavily affecting general economic activities of the area. Opening Kofi Apia is a resident here. Our major occupation here is farming, and we produce a lot of cassava and gari, but because our road network is bad, customers who come to buy from us do not show up, and if they do, they charge exorbitant fees as lorry fares. We struggle a lot in getting cars to our community whenever we go to the market or when we are returning from accessing healthcare. The drivers will tell you they won't come because the roads are bad. To the women in this community, their major concern has to do with the fact that patients, particularly pregnant women, go through difficult times when referred to the nearest health facilities whilst in labor. Some have lost their lives en route to the health center due to the terrible nature of the road.
How they will be pa buana mai obinyama kwani nyenti yenya bi nyaka enko okwo
due to the bad nature of the roads, pregnant women and labor struggle a lot when referred to the next community. They walk in some cases and some lose their lives or their babies in the process.
ma bi fam ehwede ne nkwa bi su kura obe wo no wunya oba enam nante awo nam ti ka so anka obeduru ntem.
Senior high school students are equally affected as they have to walk several hours to school due to the nature of the road. Isa Nafisatu tells me they have to stay home each time it rains because the road is not accessible during rainy days.
When it is rain, the road is bad, so we can't go to school. We will stay home. Then they are learning how for us there. We don't learn.
The road network was awarded to contract in the year 2020. Months later, however, the contractor who was seen working had to leave the site with the excuse that government has not provided the needed funding to aid their work.
Yes, the road has been awarded on contract, so we were happy that we were going to see something better. So the contractor came, made the open up from Tanobuasi through Kranka, Buana, Etuyefre. So the contractor was on the road. All of a sudden, the contractor was out of sight. Now, for our investigation, it was revealed that the contractor has not been given the required amount he needed to do the work, and so he has abandoned the project.
Today, the community, through a self-help project, has been able to raise funds to help shape the road and make it motorable to help save lives. Women in the community were taxed to pay 30 Ghana cedis each, as their male counterparts pay 50 Ghana cedis each to aid this cause. Michael Obo is a resident and a former presiding member at the Nkranza North District Assembly.
The whole community met and then decided to pay something. So each person, if you are a woman, you are paying 30 cedis. And if you are a man, you are also going to pay 50 cedis. So it's 50 cedis per man and 30 cedis per woman. So through this contribution, we are able to do something about that. Now we also called our brothers and sisters in diaspora and those living in big cities to come and help. And so with this, we went and then saw one contractor by name Nana Ankuma from Nkranza, and he agreed to help us.
These poor people are calling on government to consider the situation at hand to aid the contractor get back to site to help construct the abandoned road.
We are pleading with the government to find money for the contractor to come and speed up work so that we can also have access to our capital town, Nkranza.
Anas Sabit, Joy News, Buanai.
Now, the Ghana National Association of Private Schools has accused government of suffocating them with exorbitant charges for the services they provide. They say charges from government agencies such as the National Schools Inspectorate Authority, the National Teaching Council, and the National Council for Curriculum Assessment are crippling low-cost private schools and hindering them from delivering quality education to Ghanaian children. At the celebration of the Ghana National Association of Private Schools Week at Bolgatanga in the Upper East region, the president of the association, Damasis Torsong, said state agencies had to support private schools because of the role they played in the educational sector of the country. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
The Ghana National Association of Private Schools, GNAPS, was formed to promote and protect the economic and social interests of owners of private schools in the development and management of effective quality schools at all levels of education. Every year, the association has a one-week celebration to discuss and reflect on various issues confronting private schools. This year's GNAPS Week celebration took place here in Bolgatanga, the Upper East Regional Capital. The theme for the celebration was "Education is a Right. Stakeholders must support low-cost private school children." Speaking on the theme, the president of the Ghana National Association of Private Schools, Damasus Torsong, said many private schools in Ghana provide their services at low cost and were not making enormous profits as is often assumed.
According to a USAID report published in 2019, 80% of proprietary schools in northern Ghana establish their schools either out of their zeal for education or to provide a viable alternative to public schools. Obviously, children who attend these schools are from deprived homes. The USA report again says that 92% of children enrolled in low-cost private schools within northern Ghana are either children of farmers or traders.
He said, despite the crucial role low-cost private schools play in educating Ghanaian children, the Ministry of Education, through its agencies, continues to suffocate owners of private schools with exorbitant charges.
Every social intervention policy that targets the poor and the marginalized must be supported by government. So how come government is not assisting low-cost private schools? Perhaps the Ministry of Education and the agencies under the ministry do not seem to appreciate the crucial role of low-cost private schools and private schools generally in educating the Ghanaian child. On the contrary, these agencies, namely the National Schools Inspectorate Authority, NASIA, the National Teaching Council, NTC, the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NACA, are suffocating low-cost private schools with exorbitant charges for providing services, which in some cases ought to be free. In the current harsh economic situation where parents are unable to afford even the extremely low fees charged by these schools, exorbitant charges from various metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies are crippling quality education delivery to children in Ghanaian private schools.
The Ghana National Association of Private Schools, therefore, wants the government to support low-cost private schools in the same way that it supports public schools.
The Ministry of Education must support low-cost private schools in the same way that it assists public schools. Government could even decongest some overpopulated public schools by offloading these children into low-cost private schools and paying a bursary of 100 Ghana cedis per child per term to the proprietors of these schools. This amount, take note, will even be less than how much government spends on these children in the public schools. You will save on your education budget rather than spending them on the public school children in overcrowded classrooms and all of that. We also call on metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies to recognize the fact that low-cost private schools are non-profit entities which must not be charged commercial rates for the properties that they use in nurturing school children.
Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sori, Bolgatanga.
Head to the Upper West region, where one of the constituencies of the NDC will actually... Now, the contest there is between former General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Titus Kofi Bayo, former Member of Parliament Edward Derry, and research scientist Dr. Emmanuel Panyang. Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports on the primary there.
The Lambuse constituency parliamentary seat before 2008 was a preserve of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. The party has won the parliamentary seat back-to-back for 16 years in 4 elections beginning in 1992. Businessman John Dow Baloro of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, however, surprised the pundits and connoisseurs of the political game and broke the jinx in 2008. He represented the people of Lambuse for only one term. John Dow Baloro was defeated in the 2012 general election by a then political rookie, Edwika Iwaladere. He also stayed in parliament for 2,920 days before being defeated by former district chief executive of Lambuse, John Yelvele Baligi. To sum it up, the Lambuse constituency parliamentary seat for the last 13 years has been swinging between the MPP and the NDC. A first-time parliamentary aspirant and former General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Tatius Kofi Beyo, however, disagreed.
We gave it out as a gift to MPP. We should never have lost the last election. So I am confident that anytime NDC is organized, united around the umbrella, there is no contest. We will take our seat. Even when we lost the seat last year, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had over 70% of the vote. How can this be a swing constituency? It should tell that something was not right. NPP has won this seat only twice, and none of them have they gone beyond 4 years. So this is a message to the current MP. He should do his best and do his parting notes and be preparing to hand over, because we are...
Before he gets a nod to represent the party, the 41-year-old consultant obstetrician and gynecologist and senior lecturer of the University of Ghana Medical School has to clear the first hurdle by winning the party's primaries. He stated that, given the opportunity, he will rebrand the party and give it the leader quality leadership it requires.
Look at Lambuse. We remain the only district without an inch of tarred roads. Look at our party office. It is nothing to write home about. We have to do this address outside because of the sheer heat, lack of a light, and anything in the party office. Dr. Beyo is coming on some basic principles. First, to revive, retool, and revamp our party. In the coming days, we are going to resource the party from all the branches through to the constituency level and get our party to work. We are going to rebrand the NDC in Lambuse to become a party that will win elections in perpetuity. And it will be a strong and vibrant force to reckon with. The next thing we are going to be looking at is our health sector. I think my involvement in the health sector in Lambuse is known to all of you.
Now, to cap off the news, legend says a deity, Penchotu, led the people of Simpa from Timbuktu to their present settlement. It is a reason indigents of Winneba celebrate the Aboakyir festival. That festival was climaxed over the weekend with the catching of the deer. Here's a report by Jacqueline Ansomayabua.
The Aboakyir festival is celebrated annually every first week of the month of May with several activities. The Friday preceding the hunt is spectacular for Aboakyir. Two groups, Tiafo and Dentifo, parade the town with their gods along selected routes in turns to prevent clashes. The Asafu groups disperse at the end of the day to prepare for the actual hunt the following day. The Asafuhini of the Dentifo group, Theophilus Kojoham, reveals his group's preparedness for the hunt on Saturday.
By God's grace, we are done with the carrying of God, which is simply to purify the town and the people as well. What happens tomorrow is the day that we are going to the bush and make sure we come down or we come out successfully with a deer. So that is what we are waiting for. Tomorrow, the Tafo as a company will leave earlier around 5:30, and then we, the Dantifo as a company number 2, will leave around 6 o'clock.
It's Saturday, the day of the official hunt. The young and able set off into the forest to hunt for the deer. When a catch is made, a message is sent to the people in town, sparkling jubilations. More people troop into the Deba grounds for a glimpse of the catch. However, this customary practice has long been shelved because sometimes the date could fall on or soon after the Christian Easter celebrations, resulting in difficulties and inconveniences for some of the would-be festival attendants. It is one of the most prominent festivals, which is celebrated with much zest and panache in the Efuti community. Jacqueline Ansuma Yebwe's report for Joy News.
And on that deer-catching note, we cap off the news. But up next, we're joined by Kweku Painter, a lawyer, for the news review. Do stay.